pages.
Good evening and welcome to Have I Got News For You? I'm Mel Giedroyc. In the news this week, after some of his constituents are kidnapped on holiday in the Amazon, Ed Davey goes in to negotiate. In Washington, the cabinet nominations continue as Donald Trump introduces his pick for the Department of Noise Abatement and Control. And at a black market in London, one man tries to haggle for a new chimney sweep. On Ian's team tonight is a journalist and ITV's deputy political editor who says her biggest mistake was forgetting to press record when she interviewed Barack Obama. And her second biggest was remembering to do it when she interviewed Keir Starmer. Please welcome Anushka Asthana. And with Paul tonight's a stand-up comedian who once appeared in an advert with David Beckham. I don't know which one. If it's David Beckham, it could be anything from luxury cars to dog-worming tablets. Please welcome Jamie MacDonald. We'll begin with the bigger news stories of the week. Paul and Jamie.
Yes.
Right.
Here is yours.
OK, so we got Joe and Jill Biden walking across the beach. He's stumbling on the sand a little bit.
He's had a few.
Hunter Biden looking a bit worried, walking around the back of a group of people. Donald Trump hitting the golf ball. And somebody with a big handmade sign of "Lock Biden Up."
Yeah, I get that, yeah. Is it about the pardon that Joe Biden said he was never going to give his son, and now, just before the end of his presidency, he's going to give him it?
But he's let him off for any offence that he might be found guilty of within the whole 10-year period, whatever it is.
Yes.
But it does mean now no one can stop Trump pardoning anyone he feels.
But he would have done that anyway, though, wouldn't he?
That's probably true, but as a Democrat, I think Biden's final legacy will be that no one will ever vote for the Democrats again.
Because of that?
Yeah, because they say, you know, you were meant to be the honest party. You didn't let people off for no reason. You promised you wouldn't.
Well, you know what kids are like? It's all nip, nip, Dad, pardon me, Dad. Pardon me, I'll fucking go on then. Your pardon, shut up.
Yeah. And don't expect anything else for Christmas.
And he also said it was appalling that Trump was thinking of pardoning the rioters, you know, who stormed the Capitol, and then he just did it himself. And you can't say he can't remember anything, because he did.
Although he pardoned him again yesterday.
Do you think it's because he's deaf, so whatever they say, he says, pardon?
Yeah. Exactly.
Very good. We've actually got that very same gag coming up a bit later, but we won't do it now because you've
No, do it. You did it
No,
better.
you'll say it better than I will.
No,
gang. Absolutely not. How has Joe Biden justified pardoning his son?
Well, he said, you know, I'm a little bit hard of hearing, so when people speak to me, I say, pardon. That's created a conundrum, isn't it, for the producers? What are they going to do now? You better have a go as well.
Oh, we're going to go back, are we? OK. Oh, they've got, yeah.
Just point, Mel's got an earpiece in, so she's been speaking to the producers.
Oh, I thought she was absolutely
I'm sorry.
insane.
No, I'm sorry.
I thought I'd better explain.
Thanks, man.
I'd say she's got an earpiece and she actually hasn't got it.
Capping off a bad week for the Bidens. What has Jill been criticised for? This is quite sad.
What has she done?
Her White House decorations.
Oh, yes, they're rather lavish, aren't they?
Yeah. A spokesperson said they were themed around a season of peace and light, but have been described online as a tacky circus. Here they are. That's quite weird, isn't it?
You're going to have to explain what we're looking at, Mel.
Yeah, Jamie, I'm sorry.
It's an indoor carousel. It's sort of like a deer and a cat.
We've got one of them.
Yeah. This is about 20 foot tall.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So, how did Trump get into the Christmas spirit?
Did he dress as Father Christmas
No.
and hand up? No, he didn't.
It's to do with turkeys as well. He posted this festive video. Have a look at this.
If this turkey tastes half as good as it looks, I think we're all in for a very big treat.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
Okay, Adam.
Jamie, if I describe to you what I've just seen, you will not believe me. But I'll give it a go.
Go on, then, please.
Jamie.
Yeah.
OK,
Yeah.
so... Quite obviously, artificial intelligence has put together this video of Joe Biden cuts in a turkey and a giant Donald Trump jumps out of the turkey and starts dancing to Village
YMCA.
People, YMCA.
You know, mocking the disabled.
I know. I
It's
know.
actually, I think it's a crime.
It is a crime.
So, you know,
Actually, all it was like a dog pissing up against a lamppost. That's all we looked at.
I can get.
Staying with world news, it's been a good week for Anthony Albanese. What did he do?
He's the Australian Prime Minister, isn't he? And or whatever, they banned social media.
It seems a shame to deny young Australians social media and a chance to watch some of their nation's viral highlights, like this classic.
This is what you get when you leave the National Party in charge of water in Australia. Dead fish, a massive stink. Oh, sorry, I've got to stop.
But effectively it runs into the billions of fish. At the moment, numbers are saying hundreds of thousands to millions. This river system will run about another 150 kilometres. So if you have these type of kills up and down, you'll be talking of billions of fish being destroyed by this government. Any last words, Nick?
I feel sorry for Jeremy, I'll tell you.
Oh, I've gone a bit burpy after seeing that bloke. Does anyone else get that when you see someone else retch? I'm so sorry. Yeah, this is Joe Biden's shocking U-turn pardoning his son Hunter after repeatedly promising he wouldn't. The presidential pardon goes back all the way to the days of George Washington, who spared the lives of 2 rebels in 1795, an act of mercy that made a great impression on a young Joe Biden. Joe Biden's act of clemency towards his own son should come as no surprise, as every time anyone says anything to him, his immediate response is, pardon?
And do you think that's going to fool people at home?
Ian and Anushka, or Ianushka, as I like to think of you. Here is yours.
OK. OK, it's Keir with a huge Whitehall machine, which doesn't work.
He is getting ready for his plan for change.
Reset button.
That's Louise Haigh telling Keir Starmer about her fraud charge.
And that's a drone, and he's holding something.
You said reset. You're absolutely bang on the money.
There was a button marked reset, which we saw pressed.
They definitely went for the more literal picture there.
Didn't have to be Sherlock Holmes to get that, did you?
I didn't get it.
No, I didn't.
It's the Labour government's big relaunch after the previous reviews, resets and reboots didn't actually work.
He's been in power for about 5 minutes.
Yes.
And what I don't understand is why people, they want to tell you what they're going to do rather than doing. Why doesn't he just do something?
This is like a Rishi Sunak reset.
Yeah.
That's quite rude. Is it that bad?
Well, it's just quite... I mean, having sat through quite a lot of resets, it felt quite similar. He set out 6 things that he's going to do.
What were they called this
They
time?
were called milestones.
Yeah, milestones.
Marginally different to missions.
We've got missions.
And then we've got our foundations.
What about headstones?
As John Crace in The Guardian put it, measurable milestones, most of us would settle for some basic signs of competence. And Labour sent one of their child MPs, Chris Curtis, to stick up for the government on Newsnight. But Victoria Derbyshire rather rudely drew attention to something unpleasant on his clothing.
That must be the sort of bogey on your shoulder.
Now, guys, did you hear Starmer trying to lighten the mood in a speech that he gave at Pinewood?
Well, he went to Pinewood to add some glamour, didn't he?
Yes. If you haven't seen it, you need to see this. This is Keir Starmer with a belter of a joke.
Yes.
You know, the leader of the opposition thinks that if you do a couple of shifts in MacDonald's, then you can become working class. So by that logic, if I keep coming back here, I could be the next James Bond.
Oh. 000 no.
I've got sand in my knickers. Do you know that feeling? Do you know that, Paul?
Which James Bond film is that? You have sand in your knickers, Mr. Bond.
Well, you weren't expecting that.
Yeah.
Keir's got a new cabinet secretary,
yes,
hasn't he, who's going to help sort things out. Who is he?
He's called Sir Chris Wormold, and he's the first Tolkien character to be...
According to The Guardian, it sounds like he's going to fit right in. New top civil servant Chris Wormold is a safe pair of hands, but devoid of charisma. What did Keir say this week about Britain's relationship with America and its other allies?
It's possible to be friends with both America and with Europe.
And given our powers of diplomacy, we can be enemies of both of them.
Yeah.
Now, Keir was making his foreign policy speech at the Lord Mayor's banquet in full evening dress. This might just be me, gang. Have a look at this. Does he remind anyone else in the room of the ventriloquist doll, Lord Charles?
OK, but that's not fair. Which is which? You silly arse.
Now, exciting times. We had the first cabinet resignation of the new government.
Yeah.
Transport Secretary Louise Haigh was forced to resign for not declaring a spent conviction. She says she told Keir about it years ago, but that didn't save her. The details were leaked to The Times, which commented the timing could not have been better, coming as the Commons prepared to vote on assisted dying, making it a good day to bury bad news.
Anyway, I mean, Keir had to fire her, a politician with a conviction.
Yes.
Keir Starmer was absolutely shocked when he found out about what Louise Haigh had told him 4 years ago.
But surely we were told more detail had come to light.
Yeah, more detail, but however many times I asked, they wouldn't tell me what that extra detail was.
Yeah.
Do you think there wasn't any?
I think there were perhaps tensions between Louise Haigh and Keir Starmer.
Right.
And perhaps he was happy to let her go, and this gave him a reason.
So, having thrown Louise Haigh under a bus, how did Keir Starmer then leave Rachel Reeves hanging?
This was about her CV, wasn't it?
The thing about Rachel Reeves is not about the CV this time.
Oh, what's it about?
About taxes. Rachel Reeves and taxes.
Oh, yes.
It's about whether they will raise any more in the future.
Yeah.
On her CV, though, I actually live next door to someone who worked with her as an economist in the Bank of England. He sent me evidence. I sent it on to a person who was accusing her of lying, and they were like, it was about the time that she did it, apparently.
Oh, right.
I slightly lied on my Spotlight entry, you know, the thing for...
What, to get this job?
What did you say?
I think I said I could ride a horse.
Ah, yeah.
Everyone puts that, though, don't they?
Yeah.
If they want to be an actor, they say they can ride it. Jamie, have you ever lied to get any more?
Yeah, I had to get my driving licence. That one backfired.
Well, despite all the criticism that Keir's government is really boring and inactive, shall we all have a little bit of Keir Christmas cheer?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Here he is, putting the fizz into Christmas, turning on the Downing Street lights.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, it worked.
Oh, he's the only one laughing. Also this week, the Labour government reverted to type and published a list of things that it wants to ban. What is it this time? What do they want to ban?
Was this porridge?
Yes, among other
crumpets.
things. Yeah. Labour wants to ban junk food adverts before 9 p.m.
Yes.
We're going to play a game, guys.
Yes.
We're going to play a game.
Yes.
The game I've devised...
Have you devised this?
No, I haven't.
No. And you can't ride a horse either.
That's another lie on my CV. It devises games. Yeah. Do you want to play a game, gang, of ban or scran?
Nice.
Anything from MacDonald's, ban or scran? Ian Hislop.
Good.
Oh, Paul!
Did you put on your CV quiz show host?
I heard the buzz from over there.
McDonald's ban, must be.
Absolutely. This is going really well.
Yeah,
2 points over there. Right. Probiotic yoghurt. Anushka
Ban.
is a ban because of all the flavours in the very flavoured ones. Right.
Did you put top scientist?
Now, this word I'm about to say is contentious.
Is it?
I say muesli.
Muesli.
What? Merton.
Muesli.
No, it's muesli.
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 You're the only one saying it.
I've got a friend in the audience who says muesli.
Well, I used to know somebody who pronounced discotheque as discotheque. That's how it's written.
That's great.
Discotheque. And somebody at school once said to the teacher, why have you written the word doing on the blackboard? He said, that's doing. Muesli has been banned.
Muesli has been banned. Too much sugar in the boxed version.
Yeah.
The last one in the quiz.
Yes.
Ban or scran? No,
We haven't heard it yet. Let them guess anyway. Go on, guess anyway.
Go on.
Scran.
Nice.
Yes, it's scran.
Here we are.
Sausage roll.
Sausage
roll.
roll.
It's scran.
I thought they were going to ban all rolls on the grounds that they might be Greg's.
Strong.
It caused actually a bit of tension in my house because my mum buys loads of crumpets, brings them round, gives them to us.
Lovely.
My husband hates crumpets.
Does he?
And out it came. He said that's an excuse to say no more crumpets in the house.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, that's a sad story for Christmas, isn't it?
No Christmas crumpet for you, Anushka. Now, according to the...
Is it within your power to issue such an order? I think you're taking this role of the quiz show host slightly too far. I think it's draconian, isn't it? You're not Putin, you know. Or Putin, as you know.
It's gone to my head. It's gone to my head.
Your head.
This is the government's reset, which basically means Keir Starmer has turned the government off, then on again. At the reset launch of his plan for change, Keir Starmer suggested he might be the next James Bond. Mind you, according to her CV, Rachel Reeves has had some very odd jobs. According to the Daily Mail, Louise Haigh once had a fling with Nick Knowles. No wonder she ditched her old phone. So at the end of that round, 2 points each.
2 points each. Hey.
We haven't lost yet.
Right.
Yeah, what's this then?
This is round 2.
Yeah.
Super excited about this.
Right.
It's the human dynamo of news.
Yeah.
I will literally generate a news story in audio-visual form, and you have to guess what it is. Fingers on buzzers, teens.
Well, we're looking at a picture of Greg Wallace, Jamie.
Yeah, I got it from the... Whoa.
Yeah. So this is the continuing awful story about Greg Wallace. More accusations are coming forward, more accusers are coming forward. The BBC are quite a bit of a bind with it, but other shows that he's been hosting or will host, which were going to go out, which like Christmas Celebrity, MasterChef and Hunting with Dogs, that's... they're not going to be shown.
Yes, this is the latest presenter scandal to hit the BBC. I mean, honestly, fancy broadcasting a cookery show where the presenters repeatedly resort to innuendo. So how did Wallace react to the initial allegations?
By making things worse.
Well, he put out the video on Instagram saying that
Yes.
he just annoyed a handful of middle-class ladies of a certain age.
Yeah, Greg Wallace has denied all wrongdoing.
I did Celebrity MasterChef earlier in the year, and I am now... Well, it was very good, actually. I didn't win. And I'm now thinking when he said my beef was dry, if it actually wasn't a culinary thing at all.
Yeah.
It's a very rude invasion of me.
How have the BBC responded to the scandal?
Well, it ran the story on all news bulletins
Endlessly.
for days. And then
Yes.
it had special programmes about it afterwards, and then they showed MasterChef. After the news, they said, oh, we gave him a strict talking to. But it does sound like people did know about this a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a long time ago.
And Paul, you correctly said they've pulled all further programmes featuring Wallace from the Christmas schedule. What, no Wallace and Gromit, guys? Although the wrong trousers was often his excuse for undressing in front of people, so... in other depressing TV news, Jacob Rees-Mogg's reality show has been released. What did we discover that Jacob Rees-Mogg likes as a little snacky treat?
Is it members of the working classes? Just grilled lightly. I can't believe he's on television, a reality show.
I know.
He knows nothing about reality.
His diet consists of almost no vegetables, and his favourite snack is a Greggs chocolate eclair, which was a very different thing on the MasterChef set. Sticking with TV, Ian, did you spot anything interesting on Match of the Day this week?
Yeah.
The new Man United manager. Look at how large he is compared to his tiny little assistants.
Here in the Europa League on Thursday, there was improved method and mood, but frailty too. Everton.
He's nearer the camera, they're further away.
I kind of figured it was going to be a disproportion thing.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Fingers on buzzers, teams.
Right, we've got a jar of mayonnaise with a straw sticking out the top of it, which leads me to believe that this is a mayonnaise which you can drink through a straw.
Absolutely. This is the news. A shop in Japan is selling drinkable mayonnaise.
So we're just looking at some packaging and somebody pouring liquid mayonnaise into a glass.
Ian, would you drink mayonnaise?
Don't be silly.
OK. Well, one reviewer commented it reminded him of the watery sauce left in the bowl after a salad, while another simply wrote, tipped it down the drain. In other food news, why have Mars been causing controversy with their advent calendars?
Well, you just get a bar in every one.
It's not that unusual.
Rather than 24 biblical illustrations. No, I don't know what the world's coming to.
No, I'm sure it's characters from the Bible enjoying a Mars bar. Here's Nebuchadnezzar stuffing his face with a Milky Way.
3 wise men arriving with gold, frankincense and myrrh.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mars actually does sell a celebration advent calendar. Do you know celebration?
Yes. Yes.
Which boasts a variety of different chocolates behind every door. One customer took umbrage with the calendar, saying day 1 was a bounty, day 2 was a bounty. Oh, shit, day 3 is a fucking bounty as well. And...
Is that the Archbishop of York? Very upset.
This is the news that the Japanese have invented drinkable mayonnaise. The mayonnaise has apparently divided opinions. Some say it's awful, but others say it's absolutely disgusting. According to The Times, mayo may not be indigenous to Japan. Of course not, it's from Hellman's province.
First-rate joke.
Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication Fancy Pigeon World, the magazine of the National Pigeon Association, including one regular written feature that's very popular with pigeons, Nelson's Column. And And we start with the big talking point at this year's Great Yorkshire Pigeon Show was when the Duke of Gloucester what?
Open fire.
Flew out the window, crapped on a pigeon's head and said, how do you like it?
No, it's a simple one. It's quite a simple one.
Died.
Not died.
That would be a talking point.
Announced he was unable to attend.
Oh.
Yeah. The Duke of Gloucester did send his pigeon, though. In fact, that's how they got the message that he wasn't coming. Next, if you want to what this Christmas, you'll need a bottle of bubble bath and some underpants.
Get on, MasterChef.
It's actually if you want to disappoint your loved ones with their gifts. Next, Nigel the Nutter recommends spicing things up by what?
Nigel the Nutter recommends spicing things up by sleeping with the occupants of Swindon in alphabetical order. Starting with the Adams at number 24.
It's adding Vimto to your pigeon's water.
Vimto, famously an anagram of vomit. Oh, I shouldn't have said that to you, should I?
It.
I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry I brought it up. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that.
Finally, nativity scene in Gloucestershire surprises locals by featuring what?
Clive Myrie.
Is it the Duke of Gloucester?
The Duke of Gloucester. It's Jesus as a baguette. Yeah.
Lest we baguette.
Here is the nativity scene in a bakery in Gloucestershire. Oh.
Well, the freeze-wise men seem to be potatoes. Are they potatoes or baps?
I think they're baps.
Now, I'm not saying anything against the basic tenets of the Christian faith, but it looks like the Virgin Mary is a bit of a fruitcake.
Hallelujah, he is risen. So the final scores are Ian and Anushka have 4 points. Paul and Jamie have 5 points.
Oh, well done.
But before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
A naked man with a cat's head.
Oh, after backlash, emergency rebrand of Jaguar.
On which note, we say thank you to our panellists, Ian Hislop and Anushka Asthana, Paul Merton and Jamie MacDonald. And I leave you with news that in Florida, after agreeing to undergo a full medical examination before taking up office in January, the president-elect is told his proctologist is ready to begin.
It's a man with his hand up Donald Trump's arse.
At a farmer's market in Dorset, one man regrets not bringing a bigger bag as a shop assistant helps him pack his fillet. And in London, after the assisted dying bill is passed into law, the first person to be euthanised gets the dignified send-off they hoped for.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1...